Hey there, welcome back to Tarot Tuesday on Third Eye of Providence. Thank you all so much for joining me. It is my pleasure to provide these free readings for the collective. Don't forget to come over to Instagram on Fridays where I do another freebie and you'll get a weekend read from me for free. If you are interested in a more in-depth private reading, you can now go over to my Facebook page, Third Eye of Providence, and you can book directly through there. I have a calendar up where you can see all the appointments available, the time slots that are open, and the rates for those. If you would like to negotiate a price, just give me a message. Either here, you can leave a comment below on the video. You can direct message me on Instagram at Third Eye of Providence, or you can email me at thirdeyeofprovidence@gmail.com. I'd be happy to give you some more personalized and in-depth guidance. So for this week, what I decided to do was another pick a card style reading, and we're going to have 3 groups. I will show you the choices in a second. The decks that I pulled for the 3 groups this week are the White Witch Tarot. That's your Tarot Tuesday. We have the Frequency Tarot by Teal Swan, one of my favorites. We have the Keepers of the Light Oracle, another stunning deck, and the Sacred Geometry Activations. I was guided to pull these decks this week because they have a lot of upper chakra messages for the collective. There's a lot of alignments happening, so I wanted to get some more higher self and galactic messages for the collectives. So for this week's collectives, we're going to do 3 groups. There will be a comment pinned on the video below where you're able to jump ahead to your group's reading. I have a feeling like some of you may be drawn to more than one group, but I want to just reiterate to you that it's very important to center yourself, take a deep breath, relax, and pick a group that you're guided to and read that message. I also recommend that if you need more time to make your decision, just pause the video and take a look at the selections before jumping ahead. So with that being said, we're going to look at, this is group number 1. This crystal is a snowflake obsidian. So group number 2, this crystal is an opalite. And group number 3, that's tiger's eye crystal. And when you jump into the videos for your reading for the collectives of each crystal, I'll give a little bit more information about the crystals and maybe why you were drawn to it. So, like I said, take a minute and just think about which crystal group is calling to you. And we will jump over to group number 1. Okay, group number 1. So I have a reading for you today with a card from each of the 4 decks. The White Witch Tarot, the Keepers of the Light, the Frequency Tarot, and the Sacred Geometry Activations. Like I mentioned, the crystal guidance is going to be The snowflake obsidian this is an earth star chakra stone. So it's connected to your root chakra, but it's also connected to the earth. So this is a stone that connects to the earth signs in the zodiac, particularly Virgo. The others are Taurus and Capricorn. You may be one of those signs. In your sun, moon, or rising. If you're not sure and you're interested about natal charts, you can message me and I can give you more information about those too. So, this stone is the stone that reminds us that we are the light in the darkness. And this particular stone helps with grounding during periods of transformation. So, those might be some of the reasons why you're drawn to this particular crystal. The messages for this group, for the Snowflake Obsidian from the White Witch Tarot, are: we have the Strength card. This card is aligned with the zodiac sign of Leo, and Leo does have a cusp with Virgo, so there might be some kind of connection there. The Strength card in the traditional tarot speaks of divine inner strength, not the strength of ego, not the strength of will or force or gravity or anything. It's the tender flow of our personal power. Okay, the messages from the Keepers of the Light. We got oh, beautiful combination. So you got Kali Ma, and she wanted to come out like a bunch of times when I was doing the setup for these cards. So there's an overall energy for Kali Ma, and this is facing fears. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Wow. You also got a bonus card from the Keepers of the Light, and that is the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. Love it. Remember that only love is real, and miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Whew. Yeah, that's a very spiritual connection there. And this is something amazing unfolding for you. Stay tuned. This transformation, you're being guided to ground yourself because a lot of your personal power and strength is being transformed for powerful spiritual alignment. The frequency tarot is number 53, sacred geometry. It's just so beautiful because, of course, we're pulling the next card from the sacred geometry activations. So this is just amplifying whatever comes out in the sacred geometry is very important. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, we got number 8, alchemy. And of course, as you can see, 8 is the infinity sign. And it's also a number of abundance. It's a cyclical energy number. So the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transformation. Amazing. Wow. The colors and the geometry in this card are speaking of, this is the sacral, which is our creative power center. It's the chakra that is connected to it's the behind the belly button and right above your reproductive organs. That is the energy center of the sacral chakra. And into the sacral, we have root and intuition. So your root chakra is the chakra that is one of your lower chakras that helps you ground and stay connected. And the purple color connects us with our third eye. So the messages that I'm getting about the alchemy sacred geometry is that you have come into an alignment. In the background, the geometry of this card is there's a Merkaba, which, if you're not familiar with the Star of David, there is a lot of beautiful mathematical sacred geometry behind that. It's as above, so below. It's the masculine and the feminine. It's the higher self in the spiritual plane and the 3D self in the physical reality. There's also a trinity here, if you can see. And these are all different color combinations and flowers of life. So the trinity in mathematics is always the energy of creation. It's the dark and the light together to create. It's the masculine and the feminine energies transmuting and creating new life. The trinity is a beautiful combination of yin and yang to create something different. So, as an alchemist, you're being enabled to use your personal strength, your sacral energy, your creative energy, and your spirituality. Spirit has your back. This is divinely aligned transformation happening for you right now. As far as what the transformation is, all I can tell is that this is personal power transformation. I'm not sure exactly what that personal power is being transmuted to. I don't think you might even know, but it has something to do with facing your fear. Kali Ma is a destructive energy, but like in that amazing earth transformation type of energy where, you have to, the forest gets burnt down by nature just so that it can create new life. Sometimes that's what the Kali Ma energy is to me. And facing your fear it's one of those things where you feel so much anxiety and uncertainty of the unknown. But if you can embrace spirit and trust that this is aligned for you, that you have the personal strength, you are an alchemist, and the geometry suggests that this is all meant to be. So you can trust spirit and expect a miracle. Okay, group one, that was your reading for Tarot Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed, and if you would like to go deeper into what this personal power transformation is about, message me for a private reading. Otherwise, we'll see you Friday on Instagram. Okay, we got group number 2, the opalite crystal. Beautiful. So the guidance that I have for you, if you're drawn to the opalite energy, is that this is an upper chakra stone, which means it connects you to your crown and your third eye chakra. Your third eye is your intuition. If you're not familiar with how to activate it, message me and I would love to go in a little bit of mentorship training or whatever about how to use crystals to heal your chakras, what your chakras even are, and how to activate them. So, third eye chakra, crown chakra. This crown chakra is what connects us to spirit. It connects us to our higher self. It allows us to serve the collective and be in our own personal power. Now, this opalite crystal is connected to the zodiac signs of Cancer. I believe water signs are all drawn to this crystal, but it is one of the birthstones for Cancer. So you might have Cancer in your chart, sun, moon, or rising. If you're not familiar with your zodiac alignments and you want a natal chart reading, I do offer those, and you can book that through either my Etsy or my Facebook page. So we're going to get into the message today. Like I said, you have 4 decks: White Witch Tarot, the Keepers of the Light, Frequency Tarot, and the Sacred Geometry Activations. So I'm going to start with the Tarot for Tarot Tuesday, and let's see what the message is for the Opalite Collective. Justice in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, this does kind of make sense to me because right now we are in Libra season, and Libra is the zodiac sign aligned with the card of justice. You might have Libra somewhere in your chart, and that's why I'm compelled to tell you this information. As far as the major arcana goes with tarot, the justice card is usually, to me, it's one of those like higherly divined cards coming in. So I'll go read through and then we'll see how the Justice Tarot is connected. With the Keepers of the Light Oracle, you got faith. Wow. Humanity and benevolence. Beautiful. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others and see the light in the world. Oof. Powerful. There's a lot of blue, and this is a very protective color, and I'm also getting a message that the blue is our truth. It's the throat chakra color, so I'm just seeing how like this is just a beautiful color synchronicity. Now, with the Teal Swan Frequency Tarot, you are the only deck that got like extra amount of cards. So I had to take them because they just came out and it was meant to be. So the first one that came out was Beginnings, number 77, which is a master number. Number 7 in numerology is all about individuality. And 77 in numerology would break down to a 5, which is the number of radical changes. So beginnings always happen after something else ends. Now, you also got number 47, play. Fabulous colors in this. The Frequency Tarot uses a lot of color and sacred geometry to convey messages subconsciously, so I always want to give you a little bit longer to look at these. And then number 10, self-love. Wow. Stunning. Okay, I'm really getting a message that this is like something to do with a Libra, and I say that because Libra is the sign that is also ruled by Venus, and Venus is connected to love. Not romantic love like we all think about it, but like the higher love of spirit, of source, of your divine self. That's what I'm getting. And it's so funny because on my altar here today, I was very drawn to use all rose quartz crystals in my grid. And rose quartz crystal is the crystal that embodies love. So there might be some healing for you to do with rose quartz, which is why I'm drawn to tell you about self-love, play, and beginnings. Ooh, love it. Trust the good in yourself and in others. See the light in the world. Amazing. The sacred geometry message for the Opalite Collective is, Gaia, number 28. Look at the colors and this geometry. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Holy smokes. Humanity and benevolence. Gaia. Look at the colors, right? Like, come on. So, in the sacred geometry of Gaia, what I'm getting is, again, a lot of the blue. That's a lot of protection. The geometry here is all the circles and the flower of life. That's the interconnectedness of everything on this planet. If you're not familiar with the cyclical energy of this planet, what I'm being guided to tell you is that think about the idea, the reality that all the oxygen that exists on this planet, in this ecosystem, has always existed throughout all of time. Throughout all of the time of this planet, the same amount of oxygen has been recycled and replenished through its ecosystem. We breathe the same molecules that create oxygen that the dinosaurs breathed. And think about all of your personal ancestry. Every single person that existed on this earth that sustained itself off of Gaia with water and oxygen, nourishment, and the energy, the frequency of every single person in your lineage all existed through this same ecosystem and recycled itself so that you could be here right now. Humanity, all of us experience that same connection to Earth. And I think this might be having something to do with a spiritual upgrade for you, where you're going to enter a time in your life of self-love, play. You're going to begin to understand and have faith in the divine order of your being here. We are infinitely connected to one another. Very, very interesting. I feel like there are more messages here. I just can't do it for a collective reading. So if you are curious to learn more about diving into your ancestral power through your lineage, message me. Let's go deep into that. I am a Pisces, and I definitely love getting into those deep messages for people. So hopefully this served you, and if I don't get to do a private reading for you, then don't forget to come over to Instagram on Friday, and you can get a freebie there. All right, be well. Okay, we got group number 3, the Tiger's Eye Crystal Collective. Check that out. Beautiful, right? Like I said, I would give you some guidance about why you might be drawn to the Tiger's Eye Crystal. What's so beautiful about these is I've never seen, there are no two exactly the same. The striations, the colors, they're all different and just so magnetic to look at. There's like little glimmery silver in this one. So, tiger's eye is a crystal that is connected to the zodiac sign of Leo. So, you might have sun, moon, or rising Leo. If you're not sure about your natal combinations, you can message me. I do natal charts. You can order one through my Etsy, or you can book a consultation on my Facebook, and I would be able to do an interpretation of your natal chart for you so you can figure out what your zodiac combinations are. This particular tiger's eye crystal, when we use it for healing, basically, this is a solar plexus connected chakra crystal. So if you were to use crystals for healing, we would be using this to help you with your solar plexus. This is all about self confidence, it's all about courage, and this is a very protective stone. This tiger's eye is used to protect against the evil eye. So some people think that, it brings you luck and prosperity, but what's really doing is it is reflecting any negative energy that might be hindering your particular path or soul growth. So, tiger's eye is an amazing crystal that has a very beneficial properties, and I love this. So, that might be why you're drawn to the tiger's eye. Your sacral chakra and your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus is right behind your diaphragm. It is your personal powerhouse center. And your sacral chakra is your reproductive area, which is also a very creative center. So it has a lot of connection to our own personal pride and creativity and happiness, because when we're connected to our sacral and we have a very strong solar plexus chakra, we are creating amazing badassery. So let's get into the reading for you. Like I said, I have 4 cards. The decks I used were the White Witch Tarot, the Keepers of the Light, the Frequency Tarot, and the Sacred Geometry activations. So we'll start with the Tarot for Tarot Tuesday. Okay, the Tiger's Eye Collective got Temperance in reverse. So, Temperance in reverse, basically, when Temperance is in here, that is the card of spiritual protection. It's your guardian angel. It's connected to the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. And in the reverse, this just means that you might be feeling a little bit vulnerable. You might be feeling like, you know, there's nobody that has your back, but obviously that is never the case. We're never alone. And if you do feel that way, bring some tiger's eye crystal into your life to remind yourself that you are protected against the evil eye. If you're not sure what that means, message me and we can do a little bit of chatting about the energies of lower vibrational frequencies. So, Keepers of the Light, you got Kuan Yin, the divine feminine. She's one of my favorite divine feminine goddesses. Care and compassion is the message. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. The message of Kuan Yin is very, very deep. It's hard to even explain her background and why she is an ascended master. But essentially what you need to know, that to me the energy of Kuan Yin is always of the message of turning the other cheek when someone harms you. The hardest thing you can do is show that person compassion and recognize how they're hurting inside, and that's why they're hurting others. And when you embrace the energy of Kuan Yin, you choose to be love, right? You're saying, I see you. I know that you don't feel like you are worthy of love or help, and I'm still going to offer it to you because that's what I want to embody, you know? Do what is right for everyone involved. The flowers in this are lotuses, and lotuses are beautiful symbols of higher divine consciousness. And in the third dimension, they grow in very disgusting mud. So there's a message there for you, is that, yeah, that there might be something connected with the temperance in reverse. You're feeling that shit. And embody the lotus blossom. So with the frequency tarot, your message is, number 76. Breaking through barriers. Take a look at the connection here with the colors. I don't know if you see this, but I see lotus blossoms in there. Okay. Sacred geometry messages for the Tiger's Eye Collective is, of course, number 3, the solar plexus chakra. So when I talk about the solar plexus and how the Tiger's Eye connects you to that, this is the color you should be visualizing. And this is the energy center that you need to visualize it at, which is right behind your diaphragm, right under your rib cage, like below and under your lungs. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Stunning. And you got a bonus sacred geometry card that is number 44, universal love. Whew. That's a deep message. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. Okay, well, the frequency of universal love with the master number 44 is very connected to what I'm feeling, the Kuan Yin energy, that care and compassion, where she says, choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. I feel like it's very connected to the frequency of universal love that activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. What I'm going to do is read the guidance for breaking through barriers from the frequency tarot, because I feel like there is something that has to be known with the universal love and the Kuan Yin with that number. So, there are barriers that stand between you and what you want, and now is the time to break through those barriers. The ego does not create barriers to hurt us. The ego creates barriers to keep us safe. In this circumstance, you would do well to ask, what am I trying to keep myself from? If I get what I want, what bad thing does some part of me think will happen? There is always a positive reason or intention behind the existence of a negative thing. If we can figure out what positive role that negative thing in our life is playing, and if we can find out what it is trying to prevent us from experiencing, we are well along the way to breaking through the obstructions that stand between us and our truest desires and goals. Wow. So, the temperance in reverse and the Kuan Yin energy message together, I think, like I said, there's some bullshit happening I don't know why I'm just getting this message that, like, the solar plexus chakra is our personal power and our sense of self. And I just get a feeling like somebody is in your reality showing up as an obstruction to your highest, purest form, which is universal love. So, what are the frequencies that we can use? Tiger's eye, protection against the evil eye, confidence, personal power. And I'm getting the message that there's a lot of heart chakra involved in this situation. So heart and solar plexus chakra healing needs to happen. I am guided to also tell you that today for my altar, I decided to use the rose quartz for my crystal grid. And if you're not familiar with rose quartz, what you can use rose quartz for is healing of the heart, of relationships. It brings divine love, universal love, and harmony into your life. So it's one thing when we use crystals to protect and to expel and reject negative and dark, lower vibrational beings and energies. But when we do that, we have to acknowledge and affirm that those energies are gone, that no longer serve us, that we actually thank the lower vibrational energies. The best way to release negative energy from your life is to look at it, acknowledge it, name it, and thank it, and genuinely show love for that negative energy that's come into your life, because it's really, like the card said, it's really just trying to show you something that's on the other side of it that you need to elevate to. So the best way to release the negative energy is to just thank it, tell it you appreciate it, but that it no longer needs to be there in your life because you are moving on to the next stage. If you want some more guidance, if you need some help figuring out how to deal with energy blockages, or how to do more crystal grids and protection, things like that, I'd love to be of service. So you can just contact me. We could even do a deeper reading if you want some more personalized guidance from this particular message. Just leave a comment on the video below if any of this resonated with you, or you can book right through Facebook. My calendar is there, my rates are there, all that. You can message me on Instagram if you want to negotiate. And if this message served you, just make sure you hit the like button, share it with somebody else you know. And if I don't do a private reading for you this week, well, I will see you on Instagram, right, on Friday for the freebies. So come on over there. Until next week, be well.